Okay, we had a problem there.
Hey everybody, well you know what, today we are into something completely different. Today we are going to see if we can clean up an old film that's got a bunch of residue on it. So we've got this film here. It's a Laurel and Hardy Busybodies film. It's a really great film. And what happened is that our old projector here, the actual reels on, let's see if I can take this cover off and show you. So these reels here, these guides, actually got all gummed up just from age and put a whole bunch of rubbery residue on the film. So we fixed up the projector. The projector now works fantastic, but we can't play this film because it's got all this goop on it from the rubber pulleys or rubber wheels on here that had deteriorated just from age and from time. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to use a couple of different products to try to do that. I've never done this before, and we're going to give it a go and see what happens. Worst case, we ruin the film that's already ruined. So not a big risk here. But what I'm going to use is I'm going to use WD-40, and the reason I'm going to use that is because, as a lot of you know, it is a great cleaner. It's great for taking, whether it's sticky labels or other things off. Obviously, a pretty decent temporary lubricant as well. Great for removing rusted bolts, that sort of thing, but it's really great for removing sticky residue and that sort of thing. So I'm going to use this to start, but I don't want to leave that on the film. So what I'm going to do is, after we hopefully, if we can get the film cleaned, then what we're going to do then is we're going to then use some isopropyl alcohol, a light amount of it, and try to clean the WD-40 off the film. So that's going to be what we're going to do today. So it should be rather exciting, I think, eh? Let's get after it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the film onto the take-up reel here and use the rewind function so that we can clean the film as it's spooling onto the other reel. But before we do that, this film has a ridiculously small leader. The leader's only that long. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually do a little bit of it here manually. So I'm going to grab some WD-40 and liberally coat it onto a microfiber cloth, okay? And we're just going to go and manually clean off this portion of the film at the beginning, just because this leader is so small that we're not going to get this otherwise. So we're going to just do this here. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now let's use the take-up reel. Let's put it on the take-up reel here and stick it on here. That. Okay, good. So we've cleaned to about there, so that's good. Now I'm just going to get some more WD-40 on here. And again, we're going to use lots of it on here. Well, actually, before I do that, you know what I'm going to do to protect my projector, because I have a feeling we're going to probably wind up, dripping a lot of this WD-40 down. I'm just going to put a microfiber cloth there to catch whatever might drip off onto the machine. We don't want to create a problem for ourselves now, do we? Okay, let's give it a rewind here. I'm just going to hold it with between my fingers first and hold it down a little bit with some tension, and we'll let her go. So we're going to have to be a little bit more cautious there. There was a spot there that caught the that actually caught the cloth, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more cautious. Okay, let's take a look and see what our cloth looks like. Yeah, and again, you can really see the crop coming off of it there, eh? Yeah, so I'm going to turn the cloth over because, of course, it's saturated on both sides, but we'll add a little more WD-40 and we'll give it another go. Give it another go here. One thing I will note, if you're going to do this, I'm using an Elmo CL16 projector here. The rewind function is very strong on this thing and very fast. So um, you need to hold that film quite tightly, and you'll notice I'm holding it down a little bit to create some tension on it. So that's what you need to do. Also, keep your hand on the, so you can turn it off real quick if things go awry, shall we say. Oh, okay, we had a problem there. We found a splice. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so we're going to need to do a little bit of film repair here before we move forward. Okay guys, where the film broke there is exactly where the dirtiest part of this film is. And let me just show you a little bit here. So this is a piece of the piece of the film that actually broke out, and I've actually cut it, as you can see, a little bit damaged from where the issue was. Now that didn't happen now. That actually happened when the problem was with the roller there, and this is when it got reeled back on. It actually was like that, but there's just I don't know if you can really see that, but it's literally just black in a number of spaces. And I've tried cleaning some of that off, and just to give you an idea how bad it is, take a look at this cloth. Okay, like it's really, really bad. But when I look at it, it's actually only the middle portion. And you can see, obviously, we have the film broken 2 places here, right? We're going to splice that back together. That's not a big deal, not a concern. But when we really look at where the problem is with the, with the really major gooping, it's, just a little bit of the film here and here. So what we're going to do, I've tried a few different things. I've tried a WD-40. I've tried the isopropyl alcohol. It kind of works, but we're just never going to get it properly clean given the amount of goop that is on there from those rollers and the type of goop it is. So we're going to do something completely nuts, completely out of left field. We are going to use the ultrasonic cleaner, the digital ultrasonic cleaner, to see if we can actually clean that bit of the film. And then once we have it clean on, both sides of the reel there where the real major goop is, then we'll splice it back together. That's the hope, that's the dream. So let's get on with the craziness. Okay, so first step, let's fill the ultrasonic cleaner up here a little bit with some water. This is just hot water with a little bit of dish soap in it, just out of the kitchen tap. That's probably pretty good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and actually add a little bit of this simple green. I've done a little bit of experimentation, and the simple green seems to take it pretty good. So we're going to put a liberal amount of that in there. That should be good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to unreel each of these spools to the point where we no longer have the goop. So there's going to be quite a bit of film here. Let's just do that. Alright, so now we're going to turn this thing on. And I don't know how long. How long do you guys think we should turn this thing on for? I don't know. Let's see here. So, completely plugged in here. Oh, gotta turn on back. There we go. Okay, how long should we turn this machine on for? Let's here. Let me bring you down. We'll take a look together here. All right, so this machine can both heat and just work, and I don't think we're going to worry about the heat. In fact, I think we're going to have it off. No, that is off. Okay. As for how many minutes, it's on 4 minutes right now. I want longer than that. Let's do 15 minutes and see what we got, eh? Okay, guys, the ultrasonic cleaner is now shut off. So I don't know if you can really tell or if the camera picks that up, but the water is just black, totally black. So let's pull up the film and just see what it looks like here. The camera's probably not going to pick this up. It's got to be in here somewhere where the goop was. Gosh, it just looks perfectly clean. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can bring this up so you guys could actually see this. Can you see that? I think you can. Wow. This has worked amazingly well. I don't see any goop on there at all now. And this stuff was on there like ridiculously. I thought this was a goner. Maybe I just haven't got to it yet. Let's just see. Let's unreel all of it and just see what I had in here. So far, it looks fantastic. Tiny. There's a couple of spots right there. Good God, is that all that's on here after all that? That is unbelievable after just 15 minutes. That is so good. Let's see the other side here. So far, so good. I don't see any goop. No goop to be seen here. That is unreal. What? This is huge. Oh, there's a little bit of goop there. I talked a little bit too soon. Okay. A little bit, just like the other one. There's a couple of minor spots. But I bet you if we run it through the cloth now, it's probably good. But you know what I'm going to do instead? That worked so good. I'm going to actually throw it in for another 10 minutes or so and just see what we get. So let's give it a little bit longer. Maybe I'll actually even put a little bit more of this film in there. That is just working so well. That's incredible. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more film in there. We'll throw it on for another few minutes and then I'll bring it back. Okay, well, I have to say that totally exceeded my expectations. I thought this film was a goner for sure. So, but what we're going to do now is, as we're pulling it out of the solution, we're going to dry it off with a dry microfiber. And I'm just going to do this and let it go back up onto the reel. And we're going to do that with both of the films. And then we're going to splice it together because, of course, it's broken at the moment. And then we're going to see if we can do a final cleaning with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. So that's going to be what we do here next. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you again how evident it is what part of the film we ran through the ultrasonic cleaner. Look at the difference here, eh? Isn't that wild? So you can really tell exactly where it went through. And actually you can really see three different areas. So this area here had no cleaning at all. This area here had ultrasonic cleaning. And this area here had the WD-40 cleaning. So interestingly, even the WD-40 cleaning, I don't know if the camera quite picks it up, is slightly different from what didn't get cleaned at all. And this is significantly cleaner. So this is an experiment, right? So we're going to just, yeah. The thing to do now is we're going to switch these reels over and we're going to try to clean the rest of the WD-40 / soap solution off with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, but we'll do it across the entire film. So that'll be the next step. Okay, so let's just change these reels over. Some isopropyl alcohol here onto the clean portion of our rag. Try not to, we don't want to use the dirty portion, that's for sure. Got a fair bit on there. I want to get this pretty soaked. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now we're going to bring this down. I'll try to stay out of the way of the camera here. Try to hold the film in there with 2 fingers. So it runs there. And again, you want to keep some serious tension on this. We're going to stop it about halfway through here and move our rag and just get a different clean spot. We can see we're going through the area that went through the ultrasonic cleaner right now, so maybe we'll just finish that bit off. stop it there. Oh, hang on there. Reel that back up. Oh, looks like we got a bit of a... Didn't keep all that under tension. Here we go. Let's just set this back to where it needs to be. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's try a different spot. That's why we're not moving the rag too many times. You can kind of see where I was holding it there. You can see that that's where I was holding it that time. So we're going to move it down a little bit. We'll try it over here now. To a different spot. Okay. So we're ready to turn her off here now. We're still at the end of the film. And we have it. Okay. And there's our original leader. So yeah. So I think the next step is to try to play this thing and see what we get out of it. Okay guys, just before we take the machine inside and go and play it to see what this film looks like after all that craziness, you know, I wanted to, again, while we're out in the sunlight, show you what the film looks like. And you can kind of tell what portions of this film were cleaned and what were not. Isn't that a crazy difference? Unreal. So yeah. The majority of the goop, again, was sort of you know, in the middle of here somewhere. There wasn't a lot here, but I chose to do the whole first part of the reel. The reason I didn't do the whole film is because getting you know, as you can appreciate, unspooling that much film into that ultrasonic cleaner, it gets to be a point where it's just too darn much film, and you're just gonna, you know, you're going to get it so knotted up that you'll never undo it again. So I chose to just do the part of the film that was totally gooped up, rightly or wrongly. What sort of difference that makes in terms of viewing quality will be really interesting. It's either going to look better or worse. I would expect it to look somewhat different, those two parts of the film. So when we do watch it, let's watch for that and see what difference it makes. Maybe, you know, when you do this sort of thing, maybe you somehow need to do the entire film in the ultrasonic cleaner. Don't know. Okay, well, let's take it inside and see what happens. Okay guys, moment of truth. We've got the projector all ready to go. We've got the film on there, and we've got the screen set up. Not terribly dark in here because it's the middle of a nice summer's day here in August, but we're going to give it a go and see how this works. You're going to see what I see. We're not going to probably show the whole film here. I'll show you snippets of it to give you an idea. I'm going to watch the whole thing. Yeah, let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. It's looking pretty good so far. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zoom the camera in so you should look a lot closer right at the screen. This is the part of the film here that was fully cleaned, and I'll let you know when we get to the part of the film where it wasn't cleaned, but where this whole first half of the movie is the bit that we cleaned. So it looks really good so far. We've just transitioned to the part of the film where we did not clean it at all. This is the original portion of the film now. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, this part of the film doesn't look as good, does it? As good as the part that I cleaned. I mean, that's incredible. Yeah, this... yeah, it almost makes me think I should maybe try to somehow clean the rest of the film as well, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. Well, that's pretty much the end of this film, and I gotta say, I just can't get over how well that ultrasonic cleaner worked on cleaning this film up. It's interesting, the latter half of the film here is actually not as good as the first half was. It was so gummed up. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one, and thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. That's all, folks. That's all there is. Bye for now.